Malcolm, Tamara, take a seat.
But there's no chairs.
I said take a seat. Do you remember the Swan Princess review?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, sure. I think a lot of people like that one.
And do you remember the characters Mr. Rooster and Miss Kitty?
I think so.
Yeah, we voiced them, right?
Well, because nobody demanded it, I decided to give them a spin-off named Miss Rooster and Mr. Kitty.
You know a rooster can't be female, right?
I don't see gender, only money. Thus, I'm gonna have them star in all the sketches moving forward.
Wait, you're replacing us portraying characters
With characters that we've already portrayed.
Oh yes, virtual actors are the future, so you're no longer needed. Farewell.
Don't you need us to do their voices, though?
I guess you have a point. Or would have if you didn't mention that. But we are gonna have to negotiate.
No need. You can't bet everything on virtual actors that nobody's even seen yet.
Oh, I think you misunderstood, Malcolm. I'm not negotiating with you, I'm negotiating with your characters. Mr. Kitty, Miss Rooster, please come in. You see, I had them animated earlier. They're the most perfect virtual characters you can imagine. They will be in all future sketches, play all future characters, look exactly how I want them to look. Real actors will be a thing of the past! If you could just read the lines I wrote for their negotiations, that'd be swell.
Well, gee, we'd love to.
But our rates just doubled.
Oh, everybody associates your voices with them, though.
Well, if you want the illusion to be ruined.
No, let me just write that into the budget here. Let's see. Okay, fine. Say the lines.
Gee, Mr. Critic, since we're not real, you can negotiate whatever you want.
Wait, why isn't his mouth moving?
Oh, I must have just paid for enough animation to have him walk in. I'll have to budget in more for lip movements. Ha-ha! This is so much better than actual actors!
Oh, what kind of personality does Mr. Kitty have, by the way?
Oh, none.
What?
Well, I want them to be blank slates so people can imagine them in other roles.
But isn't leaving an impact what would make people want to see them in other roles?
Oh, why are you making this so complicated? Just get to the part where everything works.
Okay, what movie did you see?
What?
Anytime you act weird or weirder, it's because of a movie that tried the same thing.
Nonsense. Just as a Key Ross will soon be the most famous virtual actress in the entire
Final
world.
Fantasy.
So what if it was? Final Fantasy, The Spirits Within, was something of a bizarre experiment. Based loosely on the popular video game franchise, this was one of the first fully computer-generated movies to attempt to look photorealistic. Though media and entertainment has come a lot further in this technology, it still stands as a pretty damn impressive effort. And an expensive one. With a budget of over $137 million, it only made $85 million of its money back. Why was so much put into a video game movie which infamously don't get much in return? Because, no joke, this was going to be the start of casting virtual actors. Their main character, Aki Ross, was being pushed as the first virtual character to be in other movies. So you could have The Incredibles starring Aki Ross, Polar Express starring Aki Ross, maybe even cross into live-action movies like Bad Santa with Aki Ross, or Cat in the Hat with Aki Ross. I don't know, it's a weird idea. On the one hand, the lines of artistic identity are being blurred all the time, with animated musical groups like Gorillaz and Miku being such big hits. But something about this just seems silly. I mean, what, is Gollum gonna play a Ninja Turtle? Is Shrek gonna play Superman's upper lip? Is General Tarkin gonna play Jar Jar? Is Thanos gonna play Sonic the Hedgehog? Please? I guess in children's media, we've kind of done this before, putting Mickey Mouse, Bugs Bunny, and the Muppets in different roles. But that's usually more for laughs, and even then, they usually don't stray far away from their well-known personalities. They don't act much different outside of the characteristics we already know them for. Which is exactly what acting is supposed to be, for the most part. I mean, if Aki Ross played Sadness in Inside Out, does that mean we couldn't change the way she looked to match the character because it's already a designed virtual actress? Or would we morph her to look like the character, kind of defeating the purpose of the virtual actress? The whole thing's a little odd. But people at the time were convinced this was going to be the next big thing.
She's one of 100 women who may change the cultural landscape. Perhaps the movie star of the summer.
Indeed, the perfect plan, isn't it, Miss Rooster? Damn Damn it, something went wrong with the render! Now I have to pay the animators overtime!
Oh, hey, I'm on the phone with Phil Lamar. He says the virtual character he's playing may want to voice Mr. Kitty.
Ooh, having Phil Lamar attached could be a big draw.
It's probably gonna cost more than me, though.
Okay, fine. It's worth having a celebrity like that playing the perfect character, playing the perfect character, playing the perfect character. Haha, this makes so much more sense! But because Final Fantasy bombed so hard, the idea was dropped faster than the sequel to Simone. There, to the three of you who remember that movie, I acknowledge its existence. So, why did Final Fantasy fail to find a real audience with its virtual characters? Well, let's take a look. This is Final, and unlike the games I do actually mean Final Fantasy, the spirits within.
Do you still need us?
No, get out of here.
But with our virtual characters still here, we might need to voice them.
I don't have the budget right now to animate them leaving!
Well, we're very method, and we go wherever our characters go.
Look, an off-camera alien took them away.
What's the alien's name?
Out!
He might be able to star in future sketches.
Out! This virtual deal is getting worse all the time. I guess the Columbia torch is now a lightsaber. Oh, because sci-fi! As we open inside Jared Leto's brain and find it's full of those things Jack Skellington likes to walk down. Whoa, like the movie script, nothing is there, yet somehow it's supporting me.
Every night, the same dream.
This is Dr. Aki Ross, voiced by Ming-Na Wen, who keeps having dreams of an alien world.
It's been 34 years since they arrived on this planet. Not a day passes that the survivors, forced to live in barrier cities, do not live in fear. I believe my dreams hold the key. Will I be in time to save the Earth?
Boy, she really puts the dump in exposition dump. By the way, if you don't follow the games, fear not, the movie doesn't either. Ironic, as the director of the movie worked on Final Fantasy games before doing this film, and granted, each game has a different story and characters. I'll admit, I never followed them that closely, but you can definitely identify a solid style from them. They're big, they're colorful, they're imaginative, they're weird, they're over the top. They're a perfect mix of both science fiction and fantasy. This looks like someone just pissed a Sci-Fi Channel movie into a jar of mud and then tried to animate Mars Needs Moms 2 out of it. It's not necessarily lazy, it's just standard, even for back then. This is all the typical sci-fi stuff you saw everywhere. The music even tries to make such run-of-the-mill imagery sound much grander than it actually is. My God, a ship landing on Earth! I haven't seen that since everything! Damn Powerpuff Girls playing tag again. Dr. Ross lands in New York to see if more than product placement survive the apocalypse. I would wear more protective space combat gear, but my hair. Why does her sensor gun sound like a little girl's hair being pulled?
Bobby, quit it!
Oh no, the generics! An alien race made out of other alien races from other movies! Join the Two Worlds, Cora said. We'll get along great with the spirits, Cora said. Several soldiers land, though, and fight off the holosperm.
Just what the hell do you think you're doing?
There's a life form in here.
I'm taking you in.
Fine, arrest me. But I'm not leaving without that life form.
But, arresting you? You have the right to be arrested. Am I even in charge?
I need a minute to extract it.
She finds what she's looking for inside a plant, but more space shrimp try to attack.
I've got you!
Music, stop confusing nothing for something. It's nothing! I know it's a Final Fantasy movie, it blows, but as a Ghostbuster reboot, it kinda has promise.
It was worth the lives of you and your men.
She thinks you're a man.
I think she's an idiot.
I know you're not a man.
I think you're an idiot too.
Very funny.
Is it? Captain Gray, played by Alec Baldwin, of course reveals that him and Dr. Ross used to be an item and is also Archer.
Nice to see you too.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you over the sound of my giant throbbing erection.
Oh, come on! No grand music on that standard sci-fi shot? Boom! 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 A ship is landing! Boom!
I hate getting scanned.
The other soldiers, played by hugely distracting voices Steve Buscemi, Ving Rhames, and Perry Gilpin, all sound so friggin' distinct that it's impossible to connect them coming out of these CG puppets. It just sounds like the criminals from Fargo and Out of Sight are calling Roz to get on the Dr. Crane show.
Sir, these scanners are probably worse for us.
These machines are suspected of causing sterility, and I want to have a little Neil Jr. calling me daddy someday.
That's a spooky thought.
Well, no doubt about it, they're gonna make it to the end.
Oh, shit!
Captain!
They got him.
There must be a mistake. You came in contact with the Phantom, sir. Please remain calm.
Well, that almost makes me have a facial expression. I can't start having a personality now!
What level is he?
Blue. It'll be code red in 3.5 minutes.
Now that is the third saddest thing I've heard today.
Tracking.
There is no time. You're gonna lose him. His treatment shield is failing.
Wow, the suspense I have for these human military catchphrases I've known for only a minute is really drawing me in. Dr. Ross saves him by zapping the alien phantom inside his body. I'm told this represents human emotion. Clearly didn't work.
It's all right.
Your chin is still 2/3 your body.
What's with her and the captain?
What's with her and that stupid plant? What?
No, really, what? I think you forgot to write a joke. Donald Sutherland reprises his role as smart old guy as he talks with Dr. Ross about finding one of the missing spirits they're looking for in the plant.
Spirits? I thought we weren't supposed to use the S word.
Don't get smart with me.
You'd be the first person in this movie to do so. One of the weirder things in this movie is Ming-Na Wen is known for being a really great voice actress. Like giving solid performance after solid performance every time. I don't know if it was just bad direction or if there was a time crunch, but her delivery throughout the entire film seems more computer generated than her character is.
You made it possible to harness that energy for Ovopack, scanners, even the barrier. The council knows that. They trust you, Doctor.
Donnie, I think I see my mom and dad in the audience. Hi, Mom and Dad. I'm a doctor.
Doctor, there is a war going on. No one's young anymore.
Can we write in that she pretends to be a boy for some reason? I don't know how. We're just positive it'll add more life to her scenes.
No, sorry you had to see that, but you know how it is when you get those manly urges.
Our ideas are unpopular, Aki. If you have any notes or records that could be used against you, destroy them.
Oh, come on. Science being unpopular, especially in an age of computers, that seems far-fetched. Dr. Ross and smart old guy go to the Council of Space Choosy Things and make their case that defeating the alien race known as the Phantoms with a giant cannon is not a good idea. And don't you hate it when you can't tell who the bad guy is?
Could you please explain why? Zeus was completed a month ago.
Seeing how I'm played by James Woods, it clearly should have been called Hades!
We have reconvened today to vote on that very issue again.
My God, is anybody ugly in this movie? Can someone have a zit?
When we increase the laser power to
Danger
destroy
zone.
these deeper particles, as you all know.
Oh, there it is. The #1 line to warn you that you're in a shitty movie, as you know. One of the laziest uses for exposition because, as stated many times before, if it's already known, why is it being said?
As you all know.
As you may know.
As you may know.
As you know.
As you know, I conducted a raid on the Great Library.
You can pretty much put it on a movie's tombstone as soon as it's mentioned. So, as you know, the Phantom's nest is in the meteor that hit Earth. While Gestapo McMatrix Code here wants to blast it, smart old guy says it's not a good idea because it'll hurt the Earth's spirit. Yep, that's what we're doing.
Injure the Earth? You mean the Gaia?
I mean...
You mean the spirit of the Earth?
Yes.
She's gone through 8th grade Planeteer bodies the way centipedes have gone through socks. For the sake of our children, we cannot risk this!
Even if Gaia does exist, won't we still have to remove the Phantoms?
But there is an alternative to the space cannon.
Please.
As we know, the aliens...
2? Really? As you know, pink is a color, salt is salty, and the writer for this is never getting hired again. As we know! He suggests using several hidden spirits whose energy can cancel out the Phantoms. But as of now, they're not all discovered.
Gathering plants and animals to fight the Phantoms is utter nonsense.
He said the N-word!
Some army of touchy-feely plants and animals.
By the way, I love James Woods. I think he's a great talent. He's hugely entertaining to watch. But tell me he's not trolling the movie with this line read.
We've succeeded in containing the particles.
Where is the proof?
Seriously, how much more Please Notice Me high school drama teacher can you get?
Where is the proof?
You are tearing me apart, proof!
Where is the proof?
Where is the proof?
Critic, I can't find your copy of Young Frankenstein.
Where is the spoof? Where is the roof?
I'm sorry, sir. We're out of the minestrone.
Where is the soup? Where is the goof?
Look, a deer.
Where is the hoof?
Look, magic.
Where is the proof? Oh, look at that. I screamed so hard one of my wisdom teeth fell out.
Oh, that's very fortunate.
Indeed. Perhaps I'll get some money tonight.
Oh, well, you better head to bed, Critic.
Indeed, Malcolm. Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Good night, little critic.
Good night, Malcolm and Tamara.
Dream of merriment and joy.
I will. Cereal. What will they think of next?
Oh, hello, critic.
Good morning, Malcolm and Tamara. Sleep well?
Sure did. Oh, did the fairy come last night?
Why, I got so excited for cereal I didn't even think to check.
Well, better go take a look.
Where is the tooth?
Congratulations, Critic. That was the most annoyingly drawn-out joke you've done in years. How does it feel?
Well, you know, we were nervous at first. I mean, we deliberately wasted everybody's time. I mean, the review just completely disappeared. But, you know, hopefully we gave some nightmares out there with the fairy, and I want to thank God, and to all the people I pissed off out there, I'm sorry, I'm not well!
Emotional words. Stupid emotional words. I'm Farad Muhammad, and I'm not talking to a camera right now. I'm just insane.
Dr. Ross shows that she is infected by the phantoms and that their research has slowed it down. But the only way to destroy the infection without destroying her is finding the other spirits.
Mind if I tag along?
You'll probably get bored.
Gat, have you been watching this movie? But two of the guys stop their transport so that Gray and Ross can have some time alone.
We're just gonna strand them for a while.
We're just helping the captain out a little.
Yeah, come on, Jay. Where's your sense of romance?
Ah, that old cliche of muscle-bound military men trying to hook couples up.
It's amore, baby.
It's okay, it's not like any of their lifespans are limited. Oh, wait!
What's going on?
Oh god, that's how Maximum Overdrive started!
So will you tell me about them?
She tells them about the spirits they've collected and the odd places they've been found.
The fourth was a bird. Ever tried to track a sparrow from outer space? What am I saying? You probably would love that.
You're right, I probably would.
He's always been known for his late-night sparrow tracking.
The fifth was a little girl, dying in a hospital emergency room.
Oh, you're not ready for a scene like this movie. You have to practice with a few Spocks and Bubbas before you get to do a scene like this.
I told her everything had a spirit. Dogs, cats, trees, little girls.
Really? You're trying this?
I told her that she wasn't dying, just returning to the earth spirit.
Okay, I guess I'll give credit that they're attempting to go outside their comfort zone, but I just don't really see how this is the romantic moment the movie was building up a second ago.
She told me that she was ready to die.
It's amore, baby.
Only 7 years old and ready to die.
It's amore, baby.
I'm sorry.
And I mean that in the most non-caring Alec Baldwin-y way I can say that.
I have to find the seventh and eighth spirits.
Holy shit, is he using this as a means to get in her pants? I guess this was a romantic scene after all.
I don't know how much time I have left.
Kids dying are hot. Tell me about the ending of My Girl. It so puts me in the mood.
It's amore, baby.
Damn 90s, early 2000s cock-blocking trope. Can someone please get me a cat from my black leather gloves to pet? I'm trying to do as many evil red flags as I can here.
Report any aberrant behavior in Dr. Ross to the Major immediately.
Dr. Ross is a spy?
The General is wondering why he's explaining himself to a captain.
Somehow an animator took Von Doom's comically childish sneer face and turned it into an entire person.
The General is wondering why he's explaining himself to a captain.
Dr. Ross has another dream about the alien world, as it looks like Robo-Duckmen are going to war. And I'm not gonna lie, that's a pretty cool sentence to say. Like the audience, everybody's waiting for something to happen.
Stone's not safe here. Too boring.
The team go to find the 7th of the 8 spirits in a dangerous region where phantoms roam.
The 7th spirit should be just beyond that line of wreckage.
Well, behind the rabbit.
This was the Phantom cleansing mission. My father's in here somewhere.
Right here, son. Still a disappointment.
A survivor.
What's it doing out here?
Hoping for life to return.
Yes, most birds follow hope over instinct. Cocoa Puffs is an addiction that can be beat. They seem to find the spirit in one of the soldiers' backpacks.
How do you explain that? The packs power our weapons, the barrier cities. I mean, it's just bioetheric energy.
Wait, stop! You're doing your painful exposition without using the words as you know! Come on, movie, we can go for 3 in this stinker! But the phantoms find them and try to hunt them down. Yeah, that was kinda cool. They take off as 2 of the soldiers say they have to take Ross in as her infection attracts the phantoms.
Won't let you do this, soldier. You're gonna have to shoot me.
Stand down!
Well, that seemed harsh. She screamed! It was scary! I shoot scary!
Oh my god! You killed a hooker!
The phantoms take out the 2 soldiers. Oh, they didn't even get to capture the flag, which makes Underworld here very unhappy.
The Levi's are returning from the wasteland, sir. Apparently, there was an incident.
What was he even doing before that guy came in? Doesn't he have any important work to do? Evil. Brooding. The hand smells great.
By tomorrow morning, the council will be at our feet.
Meanwhile, Aki seems to be dying and... I don't know, you make sense of this.
She needs a sympathetic spirit to help hold her in this world. And I can think of no spirit better suited for that task than yours, Captain.
So if I just clap my hands and say I believe in Aki, she'll come back to life? Well, something like that, as they set up a device to share the same dream while he puts the 7th spirit in her. It's not that I understand it, I just don't care.
Where are we?
On an alien planet.
You seem pretty calm.
Yes, you're usually so energized and expressive. Oh no, it's the Alien vs. Predator movie even less people wanted. Wow, I think actual Castlevania fire looks more impressive than that. Photorealism, everybody! The dream shows the aliens destroyed their world and a meteor was flung into our world. So it's like Superman, except instead of aliens saving the day, they made everything destructive and boring. Like Superman. Wolfenstein Nazi sits around again, not doing any real work, just continuing to brood.
My wife and daughter were killed by phantoms when the San Francisco barrier...
Don't try to give him character now. He looks like the cool older brother of Neil Patrick Harris from Starship Troopers. I think all credibility assailed. He tries sabotaging one of the bases so that the council will be more desperate to go with his plan, not realizing he's letting the phantoms get too close.
Breach in Sector 31, General.
Relax, Major. When this night's over, you're going to be a hero.
Mwahahaha! That's our hero laugh. Mwahahaha! Meanwhile, our heroes get captured and try to figure out what Aki and Gray's dream meant.
The meteor is a chunk of their planet that got thrown into space when they destroyed their world.
I feel like she's gonna tell me what number I reached and then instruct me to leave a message. What meteor turns you into Melinda May?
How could they survive the trip across outer space on a hunk of rock?
They didn't. They're not an invading army. They're ghosts.
Yeah, how's that for a twist? The creatures that were known as spirits and phantoms were ghosts. Next you'll be telling me drinks are actually beverages!
Sir, I have numerous phantom contacts.
Speaking of dead weight, the phantoms break in too far past security and begin wiping out the barrier rig. Relax, you're a hero. Wahahaha, remember?
What have I done?
Ah, yes. He learned his lesson enough to do it just one more time near the end of the movie. Yeah, your attempts at sympathy work as well as Hitler giving a sorry things got out of hand card.
Bars are pulsonic lasers. I mean, it's not like I can just wave a magic wand and...
Hey, my voice was so nasally it short-circuited the doors.
Proceed to the nearest evacuation facility. Proceed to the nearest evacuation facility.
I think we should proceed to the nearest evacuation facility.
Proceed to the nearest evacuation.
This was a cool scene and a funny scene. This movie has earned 2 points.
They drive a giant four-wheeler that somehow sounds like a go-kart.
We need to find my ship.
If it was towed inside the city, it would be in the military hangar.
I may have to use a whole horsepower on this thing. But they crash, causing one of them to get injured.
We'll find the ship and be back for you. We'll be back for you, Sergeant.
So they run to the ship so they can come back for him, or they leisurely stroll. You know, his death shouldn't get in the way of this nice, relaxing walk. Opens up the lungs. Even though his will be closed soon, but it is still nice. It's nice.
There's the problem.
To get the ship moving, though, 2 of them have to go down to tinker with some wires.
You think we're gonna get out of here alive? I mean, I wonder if anybody else has gotten out. What if it's all a bunch of mumbo-jumbo? Ow! Jane, do you mind if we stop talking? I'm trying to concentrate here.
Yeah, we're taking that point back.
But the phantoms catch up with them. He went out like he lived, tragically unfunny. Well, it's like they say in the military, when the going gets tough, bye. Aki sees what's going on and decides to help.
We're in countdown to liftoff.
No, wait, it's too dangerous. Aki!
Well, I did all I could. Maybe I'll miss her. The team gets wiped out except for Dr. Ross, Gray, and smart old guy who fly out of there. Hey, I know a lot of people are dead, but I'm kind of horny. These 2 people want to bonk at the most morbid times more than Gomez and Morticia Addams.
To pain.
Tonight.
I enlarged the scanning perimeter.
Yeah, she enlarged my scanning perimeter too.
Am I right, boys?
It looks like both them and Slimy Del Slime are going to the crater where it looks like the final spirit is located.
That's a one-way trip.
And then we wait.
That's your plan? We wait and see what happens?
Yes.
You learned that in med school that you obviously didn't get into?
Aki and Gray go down to the crater just before it gets blasted, hurting the Earth's feelings.
General Hine, you must cease fire immediately.
What you are looking at in the crater is the living spirit of an alien's home world.
She recorded this in a day.
The cost may be the entire planet, sir.
Chun-Li Yu is laughing at you! He of course refuses and keeps firing as Gray and Aki come across the Gaia in all her blue Kool-Aid glory.
That's not what I think it is it?
Yes, it's Gaia.
So planet spirits are Smurf snot. Good to know. I know as a villain I shouldn't say this, but wee! Ooh, piece of candy. I guess one of the phantoms is a compatible spirit, but they don't know which one yet. Not that it matters much, as Dr. Ross does what she does best in this movie, being passed out. Oh god, was this just the longest build-up to the most expensive tentacle hentai? Because I weirdly respect that.
Does internet porn know you're cheating on it?
with the hope of new life. Has Gaia changed the phantom within?
Do you hear me, Sid? The wave pattern is complete.
I don't know, what haven't I used from your IMDb yet? You're on ER? Your ER character couldn't save this performance! The final spirit finds her, and they use all the spirits to try and stop the beam. But Darth Spaceball actually uses so much energy in his laser beam that it ends up nuking the entire ship. Jesus, this guy couldn't turn on a light switch without blowing a place up! But I never got my proof! Gray is injured, though, and Dr. Ross tries to keep him alive with all her heart.
Don't leave me, Gray. Hang on, please. I still have the wave.
What kind of beam was she hit with? A Lucas Shyamalanator? It's kinda confusing what happens next, but somehow Gray sacrifices himself by mixing his body and her spirit with the Phantom's body and spirit? Maybe? Do you care? I'll miss you in all 3 of your jawlines.
Ow! It's like being shot in the eyes by a glitter gun.
Whatever he did, it made everything better as we're given the last line of the movie.
Oh, it's warm.
The same thing you'd say when your Hot Pocket's done. Deep. Is that bird laughing at them?
Ha ha ha! Your boyfriend's dead! You look stupid and he looks stupid! You both suck!
And that's it. That's exactly where it ends.
Ha 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 ha!
I mean, it's as good a reaction as anything else. So yeah, this movie is pretty dull and sadly very lifeless. The movie encompasses way too much sci-fi instead of a sci-fi fantasy mix, but even if it did, it would still have the same stock characters and dialogue that you would get from, well, a very uninspired video game. On a technical level, I'll give it credit. Though the visuals are pretty sterile compared to other sci-fi, this still was a breakthrough in how realistic an entire CG movie could look. Sure, it's a tad dated now, but these were big steps in making CGI more convincing both in totally animated movies and blending in with live-action movies. And yeah, obviously you can't have a virtual actress in other movies if there's nothing engaging about the actress outside of the fact that she's virtual. You have to give the people something cool first if you wish for them to want to see more. And you know, I'm sorry I took you two for granted. From now on, I'll recognize acting talent in flesh and blood rather than the virtual realm.
Oh, well thank you, Critic.
Yeah, we really appreciate that.
Okay, that's all you paid us for.
Wait, what are you two doing?
We negotiated, remember? We let you use our Malcolm and Tamara characters for the amount of time you paid for.
Wait, so Malcolm and Tamara were virtual actors this whole time?
No, you dumbass! They're doing our voices, remember?
Yeah, we're still virtual characters. We just made 2 other virtual characters of Malcolm and Tamara that we voiced.
Well then, where's the real Malcolm and Tamara?
Oh, we killed them.
What? Then how are you talking with their voices?
They recorded them earlier. We just predicted what you were going to say.
Oh, come on, no one's that ingenious. Peanut butter. Howie Mandel. Superconductor electromagnetism! Oh God, you are geniuses!
Yeah, you shouldn't have created us so perfect.
It's only logical that this would be the natural progression of using virtual actors.
Well, I'm not a virtual actor. I'm a real man, flesh and blood, and there is no way that I'm gonna—
Okay, Chester, you can stop.
Whew, I'm sorry. It's just so much fun to imagine he's real.
You want to catch a bite?
Sure.
I feel like this is one of the stranger endings we've had in a while.
Better than that where's the proof joke.
I still don't get that.
It's amore, baby.